Continue where we left off. We're going to put our bumper here on our Honda. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go ahead and finish off putting all our pretty much our material here on our scooter. So let me go ahead and take off the wrap again. I think the scooter cover wrap is probably for indoor. It's kind of a little thin, but I don't know. I never really put it outdoor yet. But just to protect the paint from it. And then we're going to try to see if we can actually buffer stuff. You know, I didn't realize we actually had a case full of that CDR stuff. It's great for, well, this is brake cleaning. But yeah, this was the one that I probably would recommend for cleaning out all your loop kit stuff. Wherever that one was in a can like this. I guess someone took it out. Maybe it's all gone again. Good stuff never lasts long. Or good stuff never left behind. Alright, so here we go. Beautiful, turning out neatly. Got most of our covers now off. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take this guy off and move him back a little bit. It shouldn't be a big deal. And then we can start gluing our plastic pieces there. And we also got ways to maybe buffer. And I'm thinking, you know, it's not really a sense of urgency right now. You know, you got your little watermarks here and there. But it's not really that big of a deal. So we did a good job in spraying it. I think the main part is trying to get the tail to come in here and hook up to that. Still kind of skeptical just in case the cops thinking I'm trying to wing it around, even though I think this does have suitable reflection. I just don't want him to pull me over and then ask for further, you know, motorcycles license and stuff like that. So I better not just try to provoke him. So I'll probably try to get all the covers back on. Probably preferably not, to be honest with you, because I still need to tune it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and put this front back on here, and let's see if we can get that fixed and when we move forward. Let me get a chair here. Looks like we got some issues here with the laundry. Little purple stuff or something. Okay, so here we go. So we gotta put this, man, this is wet. Alright, so I'll sit on the chair. So we gotta go ahead and put this guy in here first. And then find out what bolts. He probably needs a bigger bolt here to latch onto the metal frame, you can see. So far it's so good. We got most of the front cover, I think might have been the most challenging. And now just got maybe work on the tail light will probably be the next challenge. But I think this little middle center piece shouldn't be that big of a problem. And the seat, of course, that's not a worry at all. So let me go and take this guy off of here. Put him somewhere where he won't get cracked easily. It wasn't too bad to paint him. Let's see if I can put him in this chair. Already fully dried. Alright. Make sure he doesn't get cracked. Alright, so he's sitting in there for a second. Okay, so let's go and focus on trying to get this guy on here. So what we'll do is we blew him out a little bit. I think the best way to blow dust is get like your little blower, air pressure, kind of blow all the dust off. I think we did that. We cleaned the hose pretty well. See a few spattle of the rubber here. Yeah, just a little rubber. What was all this gunk here? There we go. Pretty nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay this on here. I think that we can just come from up top like this and see if it comes down. There we go. So it comes down almost like clamps on it. This will be interlocked when we put the whole rear spoiler cover coming forward. It's going to take the whole seat cover as well. And then we got the down panel here, which is from this guy right here. We're going to try to buff him out before we put him on, see how he looks better. I mean, it could probably be improved. See, maybe we can take off some of the watermarks. So we're going to see how these things are. They're kind of thing where you can actually interlock them. So it doesn't look too hard to do. There we go. So let's go and see, get this latch. I think we just kind of mash it first. Maybe have to incline it like this to tilt in. Oh, there he is. The post office guy. That guy always rests over there. I got a package delivered here to go into Honolulu. Can you believe that? Good for him. Here we go. Here's the package. Maybe he'll get out. Is he parked there? Oh, he left already. That guy. Oh, there he is. He's all the way over there. Let's see if I can hail at him. Oh, man. How you doing? Post office. You want me to come over there? Can I hand you this? Are you en route right now? Are you usually take care of this route, or you're just braking?
I don't even deliver that house. House right here?
Oh, yeah?
I don't deliver your house.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Thank you. Appreciate it. I was trying to catch the other guy too, because he usually comes here and parks here.
It's his last delivery.
Oh, is it really?
I want to say your house is almost his last delivery.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, awesome. Okay, we got the post office handed over. Saved me a little trip. There we go. He was actually locking the shed. So let's have a nice trip there. Let's go back and get started here. Cool. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and finish up on this. Gotta clamp everything down. All right. So this will probably go up and then in maybe. Probably need both hands again on deck. Let me see if I can use this right here. It's like comes up, but it kind of locks in these little rails. Okay, so let's go and push this guy in. There we go. He's pushed in. And now these guys get locked too as well. So it's little plastic rivets or plastic interlocks. See if I can do it with one hand, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like it's teeter-totting. But we know it goes this way. There we go. Might have to pick it up a little bit. These things, see the holes do line up. These ones are not lining up, but I think they will. We might have to readjust this. There we go. Let me go and stretch this out. Two hands are better than one. Bring this up. All right. Looked like it wants to go in and join each other, but for some reason this one's gapping the curve. I'm sure it needs a little bit more pressure. Or how does the interlock mechanism works. Let's take this off and see. Kind of get an idea of what we're forced to deal with. Oh, this will go here. This one right here will mount to this guy. This guy needs to be aligned to here. And we might want to need to get the right kind of screw to get this guy in place, because he does kind of stretch him out a little bit. So we might need to stretch him out to where he needs to be. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's do this again. Lift up. There we go. So this pulls out like this, sort of. I'm going to put some pressure here. I pulled it out. I kind of pulled it out like this, and then I guess this will apply pressure. It might lock in. Oh. Okay. See, there we go. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. Doesn't want to stay locked. That's the thing. But it is. We're getting the idea. But I guess maybe when you move this over and put the right bolts, it might want to reinforce and lock in. So let's go and find the right bolts that will allow us to screw through here, through here, through here. And we can actually see from underneath that it's actually screwed properly. So let's do that. Let's look for the right size bolt. I believe those things look like they're about probably M8. Almost pretty thick. So let's see here. Yeah, they're not M6, that's for sure. These bolts here, I think these are the smaller bolts that will probably do well for it. So let me go pull a variety of them out. This one's too small. This one might be too big. Let's check it out. I'll have to swing this over just to get the bolts aligned. Maybe. Or I can go underneath it. The thread's not going to change on me. Yeah, this one's too big. So more than likely it's going to be something like this size here, which is probably M6. Yeah, it's an M6. Yeah, this one will go in. And I think this will be enough height. And then we'll maybe even put a washer too. Help it a little bit more. I mean, this has a flange already, really doesn't need a washer. But I just like to be able to put one on there just to help in it. And then also, depending, I think we could probably put blue Loctite on this because it's still going to another step. You know, it has like at least a millimeter thread. I could put blue Loctite. I did put blue Loctite in this too, by the way, when I actually narrow it down. This one's still concerning to me. It's still loose, but you know, it's not worth it to drag it out right now because this is pretty damn good sealed already. This one is a little bit bulging out, but I think everywhere else is pretty tight already. So yeah, this will be the one for it. It looks like it's enough to cover the thread. Also gets this guy and this guy. So let's look for a whole bunch of these guys here, and they have their built-in washer already. So if we can't find the right washer, we don't, you know, have to worry too much because the flange here is pretty wide. Okay, so let's go and find how many of these do you think we need. Well, we're gonna need double of everything because each side has the same. So let's take this out for a second, or pull it back for a second here. Okay, so we need one, and I think these will probably take the same. So let's thread them and find out. Might be bigger, might be smaller. Even though they look bigger here, the nuts that's behind it that's welded on there, it's probably M6. So let's see here. I think it's an M6, yeah. Yeah, these nuts are M6 nuts. Okay, so yeah. So if I was to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe this is the same size. So this one's right here. So we need about 4 of these guys. So let's check it out. There we go. It might be the 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But times it. I think there's some shorter, some longer, so we gotta be really cautious of which one we're gonna use. So let's pull them all out, and then we can separate which one you think we need the most. There we go. We need a total of 8 of them, because again, 4 on each side. So far we have 2, 4, 6. We have 2 more to go. Here's another one, but it's longer. And there's another one here to make 8. So some gonna be longer, some gonna be shorter. So we want to make sure we keep it consistent. All right. Here's actually another one that's 9. And here's another shorter one that's 10. That's about it. That's all that I have here. Okay, so I have a total of 10 so far here. We're going to find the best of the best ones because I believe they're the same as these guys here. So let's try to find, I believe we can get away with the shortest one. So let's see how many short ones we have. Not many. We only have maybe 4 of each. 4 short ones. And 4 of the long ones. Or more of the long ones actually. So we have 4 of the short ones, so we'll try to keep consistent what we're going to put. That way we know. Actually 5 of 5. What an oddball setup here. 5 short ones and a total of 5 long ones. So I don't know how these, well, let's see if I can find any more variety. I think these are all the screw packs that we removed from this scooter originally. So they can't be any more than what's in here. So we need to decide how we're going to mix and match this, since we have a total of 5. So maybe we could do 1, 2, 3. See, they're not even that way. So it's going to be like an oddball, short, long, sort of. So unless this is actually coming up to mount some other ones, we have to actually determine which one, or maybe these ones. I think this one's probably take a short one because it's only going from this guy and this guy. This one might be going from this guy and also that other back brace guy. So he doesn't really need that much long either. So I guess maybe we need some of these where we shouldn't have. We put it in here, and they should have took some short ones really, because well, these guys would definitely take a little bit longer because they're all solid metal. So let's see how we're gonna disperse this. We're gonna try to disperse it evenly. So let's see here how we're gonna do this. This definitely has a longer thread. They all have longer threads. It's just a matter of how they're gonna screw in. So let me figure out before we start bolting them on how many more oddball ones do we have. These are extremely longer, so they're not going to do it. Okay. Alright, so let's say here we're going to give 2, 4, okay. These are 5, oh 6. So there's 6 here. Let's pick out the best of the best. So we'll have 2 long ones, okay? So we don't have to really fight over them. This threads here doesn't look like too good. So we'll save this for last. Maybe we could find out we don't need them. Okay, so we'll put that back. So which one should actually take the longest one? And then which one should take the shortest one? I'm banking on the fact that we should shave these shorter ones for all the rest. So we have 1, 2, 3. We'll save the shorter ones for these 3 setup, and then we'll save the longer ones for the very front, just as a good backing. So here goes. These are the 2 longer ones, and these are 6 shorter ones. So we'll put longer ones on these guys here. So let's go ahead and set those aside, and let's get started. See if I can get the camera to mount somewhere, because I'll probably want both hands to be able to easily shoot. Let's see if I can just place here. You think I'd be a good camera guy by yesterday's event? Okay, so let's see here where I can get that angle. I just want to make sure you guys see. There we go. You guys can see it pretty good now. Also, I want to get some washers, so forgot about them. So let me see which washer will probably fit these guys well. Just depending on which one we decide. Let's see here. So let's go and get back on this guy here. Okay, let's go ahead and decide which washer will be best. They need to fit in here at the same time, not too big of diameter. We don't need lock washers. Now these ones I will put a little blue Loctite on them, for the simple reason that they can easily... Oh man, these grounds is wet. I usually like to sit in the ground, but this one's wet. So I'll have to put one feet up. Okay, so let's look for some good washers here. We don't need crushed washers, we need real washers. It might be these guys here. Oh yeah, these guys work perfect. Look at that. They fall right through. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one. This is the one that we're going to be mounting on here, so that's great. In fact, we can start laying them on there now. Let's see how many I have. We need quite a bit of them. These ones are too big. Let's see here. There's another one. I think we gathered all these guys up for our CVT cover. I believe they might be the same one we're trying to get for these guys. But these guys just a little bit bigger, I think, but they have a bigger hole too, which is nice. So what we can do is, I guess that was it. That was really it for these guys. So we'll put another one here on this side. So it's ready to go. Little washer there just to protect it from, you know, surface. Okay, so we got that there. And let's go and prepare our blue Loctite. So we'll leave this washer alone. Here's our blue Loctite. Instead of us rubbing it on here, we'll try to place it in there. That way when the thread goes in, it gets blue Loctite. If it doesn't go in yet, then there's no need for it to blue Loctite. There we go. Our never ending, look at that, our never ending blue Loctite. It's splat all over there. It also fell on the ground a little bit. It's okay, let's see if we can get some off of this guy. Put them on the actual use of a thread. Okay, so the blue Loctite's on there. So let's go ahead and see if we can kind of narrow this down. Now we don't even have a driver for it. I believe this is going to take an M10. So let's go ahead and get our tool and our socket. I'll bring the extension just for case of ease of use. Where's our small little driver? They all look the same, you kind of get confused. There it is. Okay, bring our M10 as well. I think this is our M10. M10, but I think it's an M6 or M8 thread. I think it's an M6 really. It doesn't look big enough to be an M8. So, alright, so let's go and get our extension. Preferably sit on the floor, but the floor is wet. What can I do? Alright, so here we go. Get the washers out. We're going to do a semi-align this. We got to be able to see the hole on the other side. So, okay. Okay, here we go. See, there's the hole there. Try and line this guy with the hole. In order to do that, I think I have to, you know, sort of force this guy in there as well. There we go. I'm holding his other tip here. I know these are kind of locked in the way, but I'm not seeing the hole yet. Yeah, I gotta get this to show the hole, and so far I'm not seeing any hole other than plastic. Not sure if I have to push it more forward, so that's what I'll do. Let's see if I can push it more forward so you guys see all the open holes now. But the very hole that we need is this hole right here. So once you see the hole there, that means I got it in line. So let me go ahead and get the camera in position. Okay, that way. Alright, I have to get on my knees again because I need to level this guy. What I'm doing is just holding his hind leg, sort of, you could say, all the way to the front. And I'm going to go and ram it forward and see if I can see the hole. Nope, not yet. Okay, then make sure that I lift as well. Just gonna be a little tricky. It might need to, oh, there it goes. You guys see the hole? I have to tug it this way. I'll show you what I mean. So that means, you'll see in a second here. See what it means is I have to tug it. Watch when I tug it. See there? You guys can see a little shine of light. It came in a little bit for a second there for us. There we go. There we go. There, that's the hole. Gotta find that hole. Yeah, I'm gonna go and set my threads in there. Okay. This cannot be more tougher than the other one, so I'm not sure if I got thread in there yet. I'm not even sure I got the hole yet. I'm probably gonna have to take a little, because right now stick rubber there is blocking the view. So I'll probably have to see this little thick rubber. He's not having a full see-through. So what I'll have to do is maybe create a little bit of a more of a bigger hole in there. Open up that rubber real quick. We'll use this here. The rubber doesn't really have thread, it just seals itself. There we go. I just want to make sure there's a hole there. There we go. So that rubber's not blocking us. Okay, let's go and grab this guy back. Put back all his little rivet interlocks. Okay, I'm going to stretch them. There we go. See the hole. Get back again. There we go. This is it. If it's sharper, but easier, but it's not. So what I'll have to do is prepare the extension. Put it in the wrong way. Make sure there's an M10 before I keep on trying to drill.
Ôi, lại cái này hả?
Sao không nè?
Rồi,
Nhưng mà
lại.
đang đại. Nhưng mà đang đại. Take the washing machine. It looks like it wants to go in, but it's not, or is it? See, it's not really going in. It's just dancing on the surface, making believe it's want to go in. Okay, so I have one pressure. I need to hold it here and then also twist this through. If it doesn't line, it won't. Have to get it out, get a visual inspection again. See, the plastic wants to cover right away. So I need to poke the plastic clear out so I can see where I'm coming in. Or what I could do is lift it up and then see from the bottom if it's actually driving in. That way, see there, I can drive this ahead of time in there, lifting the plastic off the ground a little bit. Wow, even driving the plastic in is going to be a little bit. Alright, so there we go. I might have to actually do it this way so I can actually see how far am I from the hole. So I have to drive this guy in through the plastic. There we go. So what I'm doing is, you guys can see here, I drove them between these two already, right? Well, this one's open, but this one right here. Then what I'm going to try to do, see how I can pick them up. I can go and try to follow them. See that where the hole is? A little bit more to your left. I got a long ways to go to bring them over here. So if I can set over here, that way you guys can see it. I'm going to try to make it into that. There you go. You guys can see that? So I'm gonna push forward with the right socket in. There we go. I think that's in there. Scraping everywhere. There we go. All right. It's in there now. Just to make sure it's not going to strip, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a... There we go. I think it's driving in there. I might want to snug it. Let me go and get that snug. You can see here, still kind of bulgy here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. Okay. What I'm doing is just flexing it to make sure I got good grease here, which I think I did. Now I'm going to go and snug this in now, because the more looser it is, the more probably it's not going to be that good for us. So until that little plastic there hits the ground, I think it's there almost. Okay, that washer will help. Just spread a little bit more from the flange washer. You can see that it sticks out a little bit more for us, which is good. And you can see how much is sticking out on the bottom. There we go. See? So I'm turning it. So quite a bit comes out still. But I don't want to overdo this. So feel what it's snug. I'll stop. See, I'll stop right now. And we got plenty of thread here on this side already too. So hopefully the other ones, since they're not really joining anything and they're only securing, we might not need other than the shorter one. So it's good that we decide to use the longer one for this side. So let's go ahead and fix that side as well. Keep these guys untacked, because again, it needs to lounge in here first. So we can dip it in first before we secure all these other ones. Just like the same idea of trying to get your engine mount aligned first before you actually mount the shocks holding the rear engine. It's just so much harder. Keep your shocks loose until you mount your engine center brace here. I realize that. All right, so let's go and do this side as well. Let's go and swing my Loctite over. Get the cap. All right. Let's do the same thing here. We're gonna go ahead and... Oh, sorry, I got lift up. I should have done it while I actually had it, so I might have to put it on the thread. Now, let's see how much alignment this needs. This might not be too bad because the other one's forcing to align. So what I'm gonna do is I'm lifting up his feet like this. So as I'm lifting up the feet, I'm pushing forward and trying to create that hook. See this guy right here? He doesn't want to go in yet. So this is where I need two hands to come in play.